We're ready.
All right.
Hi.
Let's go. Welcome to the MazeTheSource episode 3.
3.
So,
Tres.
yes, I'm your host, MazeTheSource. This is your host, Natasha.
Hi.
Right? And we're here again. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is a great episode. Last one, it was dope. We had Jamie here, my bro Jamie, aka
Hi,
Jaime. We had him here. I hope you guys tuned into that one because it was great. I mean, he's talking about giving you guys gems on the Turo car rental business and even convinced Tasha that she wants to do it now. So
That is true.
But yeah, today we're gonna be touching on some topics, friendships, relationships, things of that nature. As you guys know, the Winner Seat Podcast is gonna bring you nothing but just wisdom, gems, knowledge, in any kind of way, whether that be relationships, friendships, business, entrepreneurship, new businesses, things like that. So,
and we received the questions you guys sent in. So
yes,
we will touch on those.
Yes, if you want us to touch on anything, any topics, any questions, anything that you might just want to know, I do want to say this though.
Yes.
You're more than welcome to do so, is what I'm saying. But I do want to say this, right? I don't want people to feel like we know it all. We don't.
Right.
We're the reason
it's a
why.
Very important point.
Yes. The reason why we're here.
Life experiences.
Yes, exactly. The reason why we're here doing this podcast is because we are one of the few people that are willing to get in front of a camera and be vulnerable.
Not only be vulnerable, but do the work. Right? Yeah. Do the work of what it takes to heal. Yep. I'm not perfect. He's not perfect. We've made mistakes. We've had relationships. We've had businesses. We had all kind of things. But what it means to really win is when you love yourself enough to be vulnerable, to say, you know what? I want to talk about the things that people are uncomfortable talking about. Yeah. And so, like
That's
you said,
huge.
we're not perfect by any means. However,
far from it.
We strive to be better than we were
Day.
yesterday.
Every single day. And I think that's a great point that you just touched on. I want to make this clear because we're into the 3rd episode. You guys are already starting to get to know and feel us out, and I know you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying doing this. Tasha is as well, but we do want to make it very clear, right? Anything that you hear in this podcast is based off experiences, right? We do not know everything. Right. Nobody knows everything, and a wise man once said, right? The wise listens more than he speaks. Yep. Right. So this is the reason why we're doing this podcast, because if you guys listen, when you speak, and you'll learn, because there's a lot of situations that we've both been through. Some similar, some very different, and we choose to come up here and express our experiences and the lessons that we learn from those experiences, right?
Absolutely.
To share with you guys, so that way, you guys don't go through the same thing, or if you're going through the same thing, at least you know how to get out of it, whatever that situation may be, and then I'm pretty sure as the episodes go on, we're gonna go through more experiences, and we're gonna talk about it, and it's gonna be times where we're gonna sound crazy, and we're gonna sound stupid, and there's gonna be times we're gonna sound like we're geniuses, and that's okay. Right? That's okay. We're super comfortable with being uncomfortable, is what we're saying. And we want to share with the world, the things that we've learned throughout life. And no way, shape, or form we're saying that we know everything. So just wanted to, make that clear.
Absolutely. And we're going to start off by saying today's gray. As you see, we're wearing gray today.
Yes.
It's a gray and cream day.
It's a gray day, even though, it's always a light day. It's a gray, gray and cream day. You know what I'm saying? She being me out here with the Gucci shoes, but it's all good,
Listen,
my little
these were not even supposed to be a part of my look. I left my heels.
Hey, listen, I told her Gucci shoes go or anything, so it's all good.
Perhaps they do.
But yes.
So let's get started.
What are we talking about today?
We are talking about an array of different things. I guess you want me to start, or you want to start? You have some points.
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess one of the things that I've been trying to understand within my own self, from a male perspective, and you and I talk a lot about the male perspective and the male thought process.
I think it's pretty cool that it's like a female and a guy doing the podcast because you get two perspectives. I think that's very, very important.
And we're not going to always have the same perspective, but I'm always
No.
going to listen to him and respect him, and he's always going to listen to me and respect me.
100%.
And then we figure out middle ground, right?
100%.
And so I guess my biggest point is like there's like, like Kevin Samuels was doing this whole thing and this whole movement of like, she needs to be your peace. Make sure the girl needs to be your peace, right?
Yeah.
And I can be the first to say I'm not always completely peaceful, right? But I'm a hustler and a go-getter. And sometimes tough love is not going to always be peaceful. Sometimes it's going to push you. And sometimes you don't want to be pushed, right? Because that push is not peaceful, right? So I guess my question is like, when it comes to men, figuring out their partner and their person, is it more important to have someone who's a hustler, who pushes you and helps you reach your goals? Or is it more important to have someone who's your peace, who doesn't really push you and who just, they're just peace?
What is peace?
It's a great question. What is peace? I think social media has painted this picture of peace being, if I'm being completely honest, the woman who's just mute. She's just soft-spoken. She doesn't really have an opinion.
I'm so happy.
She's not really validated within herself.
Yeah.
She's gentle, which is nothing wrong with being gentle, but she doesn't speak up for herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have a backbone. She just operates off of pleasing her man and her kids, if she has kids, right?
Yep.
And I think a lot of time men go down this pathway of like, she needs to be my peace, but that peace doesn't come with a challenge. That peace doesn't push you to be the best version of yourself. So my question to you is, which is more important for you, and you speaking for the male species? Because you may feel differently for yourself individually in comparison to the male species. Not every man is not the same, right?
No, yeah, of course. And,
But they think a lot alike.
Yes. So, again, I want to say I am not special. I'm only special because I say I'm special, right?
There you go.
So, for me, what peace is not that. Peace is not the woman that has no backbone. In fact, a woman that has no backbone, that's mute, it's not a hustler. In fact, that is not peace.
Right.
Because how is that helping? How is that helping me as a male figure do what I want to do?
Right.
All right. So to me, I don't think peace has to do with silence or quiet. It's an overall situation for me. What is peace, right? From a woman perspective, coming from a woman, right? Somebody that nurtures her man, somebody that is there for her man and for her partner, whatever it is that he may be doing, hustling to build a business or even working, right? Not everybody is here to build businesses, right?
Right.
The world has to be balanced. So a woman that's just supports her man, that is there any kind of way, I don't think peace has to do with the silence and quiet. In fact, like I said, all the things that you said is not peaceful. It might seem like it's peaceful. Social media, first of all, social media paints a lot of shit the wrong way. Right. And people are so focused and so driven by social media that they're taking advice, relationship advice, business advice, everything from social media instead of actually like just living out their lives and experiencing things and not experiencing things and not like just going through the experiences like it's whatever, right? Like actually really analyzing the experiences so that way you can learn from it, right? So peace for me would be an addition. Has to be an addition. All of that, it might seem like it's peace, but in fact it's a subtraction for a man, because a woman that's not a hustler, I can't have that around me.
Right.
I can't have that around me.
Right.
A woman that's mute, that's a yes man, a yes girl, I can't have that around me.
Right.
I need somebody to challenge me on things that I'm saying, things that I'm doing.
Right. What if you don't like it when she challenges you?
Then that's my job to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because maybe that's a situation that I'm not familiar with. Right. But I just feel like peace comes from within. It's not being quiet. It's not like people are so surface level nowadays that they feel like peace is literally what peace is. I come in peace. I'm quiet. No, this is a more deeper level peace that we're talking about.
Right.
Like, be my peace. Be in a sense, I need a woman that's a hustler.
Right.
Right. Doesn't mean that you got to be out all day. Like, it just means a go-getter.
Right.
Somebody that's not dormant.
Right.
Right. Somebody that is ambitious. Mm-hmm. Right. And nobody's perfect. Obviously, we said that, but you know, like, it has to have the similarities with me.
Right.
Right. And those similarities might not be you might as a man, you might not be looking for the same thing I'm looking for.
Right.
So I feel like the definition of peace changes with everyone.
Yeah.
Right. We have an overall aspect of what peace is.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And like an overall of what peace is. Right. But we all are from a different place and different backgrounds. We all have different perspectives. So
for sure. And I think a lot of times people forget that women need peace too.
Yeah, like, this is not about just a man needing peace and a woman.
Right, men go around.
Both.
It's like, you didn't bring me peace, right? And it's like, did you bring that woman peace? You know?
Yeah. And my thing is, are you just walking out just right away because first of all, before you even say that, like, you have to figure, like, that's why I asked the question. Yeah. Because they'll say, oh, I need a woman. Okay, what is peace? Right. Like, what do you define as peace? Because maybe what you define as peace may not be exactly, what you're looking for. Right. Right. So I feel like people, look, here's the thing. If you have not learned yourself, then you don't know what you want.
That is so important.
Period.
That is so important.
You know what I'm saying?
Because for me, I learned that there's peaceful guys that I know. I'm gonna be honest. They're boring.
That shit is boring.
One is a Disney exec.
Yeah.
Listen, and if he's watching this is no shade, right? He's just boring. He's boring, and it's like.
Most likely he's gonna be watching it.
I know, and it's no shade, but I gotta keep it real.
No, we're gonna keep it 1,000%.
Is to be honest, and I think yeah. He would never raise his voice. He's calm. Yeah. Now at the same time,
there's no friction.
At the same time, I dealt with somebody who was so feisty, they popped me because they were frustrated.
No.
Right? Now, I don't want that.
No.
That's not peaceful, right?
There's a balance to it.
But I think just being so just calm, sweet. He's like, let's go to the museums. Let's go to the... And I'm just like...
But look. But you see, that, to you, is boring. To me, is boring because we're up people. We're high energy people. Always hustlers. Go get it. Let's do it. Exciting. That's kind of energy that we have. But that might be peace for somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's okay.
Right.
That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. For me, that shit boring.
Right.
I need some excitement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I need to do some and nothing out the norm.
Right.
We are grown adults. We have kids and stuff, but
right.
The yes girl, that kind of like, museums is cool, that's fine, but it's like, let's go do something else exciting too. You know what I'm saying? And it does become a certain thing, like it's kind of boring.
Right.
Right. But we do want peace in a way of like, this is what I feel like people mean. Be my peace. In other words, don't fucking cheat on me.
Thank you. That was my biggest thing. Just don't cheat on me. Don't cause me stress.
What's the biggest thing for you?
My biggest thing is loyalty.
Loyalty.
Just be loyal. Be loyal. Don't cheat. I don't want to be worried. Everything else can be worked out. Attitudes, anger management, all that stuff can be worked on. But that cheating stuff?
No, that's out. Be my peace. You're saying don't cheat on me.
Don't cheat.
That's just be straight up. Why? Because obviously when you hurt somebody cheats on you, especially if nowadays people getting bored.
Have you cheated on someone before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely have.
Yeah. I did in college one time.
Yeah.
It was very painful for me.
You want to hear the story?
Oh, we can talk about it. because people are not honest about cheating. There's people who are gonna watch this who are young, right?
Yeah.
For me, I just can never cheat on somebody. I just think it's the most hurtful
Yeah.
thing to do.
No,
And then your stomach starts to hurt. If you're like me and you have real feelings, right?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
stomach starts to hurt and you start thinking like, I'm around them, I'm not being honest. You know?
Yeah.
I'm in your presence, but I didn't keep it real with you.
It's
and sometimes cheating is more than physical. It can be an emotional connection with somebody. You're thinking about them. You're dreaming about them. You know what I'm saying? You're imagining.
It's a form of cheating.
Yeah, you're imagining yourself with them. No,
because
that's not as
at
extreme.
some point you're gonna do it if you continue to imagine yourself, because now it's like, all right, I'm telling my brain and I'm showing my brain this every single day. And
didn't you talk about something like that?
Yeah,
Yesterday?
if you say something long enough or many times, even if it's a lie or if it's a fantasy, you're manifesting it pretty much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's dive into that. You were with a girl.
Yeah.
She was paranoid about you cheating.
Yeah. So long story short, I must have been like 21.
Okay.
One of my ex-girlfriends. And she was older than me at the time. Right. And, I was constantly getting accused of cheating. Okay. Right. Because I'm a very I wouldn't like to say I'm an approachable guy, because if my face regularly is, I'm not walking around smiling, but I'm a very
You do
positive.
walk around smiling a lot though, just so you know.
Okay, look, now I walk around smiling, good. but honestly, people come to me, right, a lot, right? So, I used to work with her, and she used to see me, like a lot of girls would come up to me and stuff like that. I used to obviously turn them away because I had a girl. Right. Very respectful. I've always been very respectful when I have a girlfriend, right? This is my thing, right? If I'm single, I'm going to do what the hell I want.
Right.
I'm single.
So.
Can't nobody tell me anything.
Right.
Right. But if I have when I have a girl, right, it's different, right? Because now everything changes. There's a respect that I have for my partner, right? And disloyalty for me is actually a disrespect to myself as well, right? Because it questions my integrity,
absolutely,
right? And so obviously I'm 21.
Love that about you, by the way. A lot of men don't process that statement. Yeah. Please say it again.
Well, cheating really, especially if you're a high value man like myself, cheating really discredits your integrity. Right. Because you're really just cheating yourself. Right. Because you're at this point living a double life. You're being a certain way with your woman. Right. Especially if you live with her, if you don't, and then you're dealing with another one. Absolutely. Right. Now, obviously, this is not obviously to all my kings out there, all my men, this is obviously not a popular choice, right? Everybody wants to just go do what they do, and it's like, men will be men. Men is going to cheat. No, fuck out of here. What you mean men will be men? Right. Would you want to get cheated on, my man? No? Yeah? I don't know. Figure that out. Think about it. Right? But that's that double standard shit. Right. Right? Where it's like, I could do it, but the woman can't. Mm-hmm. And that's the crazy shit, because men cheat with cheat, right? All day. Right. I've cheated one time. That was the one time, and I'll continue the story, but people cheat all day, right? And by the way, I don't want us to forget this major point that you mentioned. We have to break down what a high value man is also. 100%. Because a lot of men walking around thinking they're high value. Yeah. And we got to break down with that. High value is not about how much... it's not about how much money. It's not monetary that I'm talking about. So don't even... If you're already thinking about... To me, it's self-control. 100%. Self-control. It's a lot of things, right? So you're doing yourself a disservice to your integrity, and you're lying to yourself when you cheat on a woman, because why the fuck you with her? Right. If you feel the sense of cheating, why the fuck are you with her? And I'm gonna tell you why I cheated, right? Mm-hmm. You game. I have 2 years with her. Yep. And there's some insecurity issues there. Right. Not me. Her. Right. Mm-hmm. And just to keep it very PG, I won't even say names. Right. Have a lot of love for her. She's very, very good girl. But I had a lot of insecurities and trust issues. Mm-hmm. Right now, me looking the way I look, whatever the case is, we working together. Mm-hmm. She sees a lot of women approaching me. I'm turning them away because I'm being respectful. Obviously, I have a woman. For 2 years straight, I get accused, and the constant distrust and just all this stuff, right? So one day I just started talking to a girl after 2 years. I said, okay, I'm 21, by the way. There's no sense of enlightenment or wisdom in me. I'm just living my life. Right. And I just finished graduating high school, did not go to college. I chose not to go to college. And, you know, I'm like, all right, I'm getting blamed for this. Might as well do it. It's been 2 years.
Right.
I've been nothing but faithful for 2 years. Now, Kings.
Doesn't make it right.
Does not make it right. At all. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like I told you yesterday, it's kind of like she manifested that. Because I live with her. I work with her. Mm-hmm. Where do I have the time to go cheat? Well, I made the time. Right? So, cases.
Do you think that a man could cheat on somebody if he loves them?
No.
Like, if you love them, you can't do it, no. Right? Like, mentally, it's like, it just won't happen.
It's not true love.
I agree. It's just no.
I don't even need to be in love to know. It's just logical. Like, when you love someone, you care for someone. Mm-hmm. And when you care for someone, you don't want to hurt them.
Right.
And when you don't want to hurt them, you don't cheat, even if they can't find out. Mm-hmm. Because at some point, the truth always comes to light. At some point, you're going to trip up at something.
Right.
You're living a double life now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like, all right, you know. So yeah, back to the story. Cases I ended up having sex with a girl, right? Mm-hmm. Cheated on my girl at the time. And one day, must have been like a week after I, had relations with the girl. One day I'm coming from Target with my girl at the time, right? And she's opening the door and I got a call from a blocked number. Mm-hmm. I look at it, just put my phone away. She's like, doesn't say anything. We're still opening the door. I get the call back right away. Block number again. I look, I put it, she's like, pick up the phone. So I'm like, well, I don't know who it is, whatever. Mind you, I'm 21. I'm 34 now. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking 2008, 9, 2010, something like that. And case is, I've just tried to refrain from picking up the phone because I kind of had a feeling and I knew what I had done. So now I got guilty conscience. Even though I have been, accused for this, now I got guilty conscience. So now I'm not even being myself because I'm hiding something. So now, like, and for those who don't know, that is energy. You literally let off a vibration to every single day of who you are, right? And so people feel shifts of energy, even if it's just slightly, right? Because it's just the vibrations that you're giving out. Right. So I'm not being the same person now, even slightly. Mm-hmm. So she forces me to pick up the phone. I pick up the phone as the girl. Case is, I'm already trying to figure how I'm gonna talk to this girl. I'm trying to make it seem like it's somebody else, and she just hears somebody on the other line, and I just kind of hung up. The girl calls back, and she's like, "Oh, pick up who I want. Put it on speaker." I put it on speaker, and then you know where that went.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was just.
It was over.
It was over. I didn't even have to get into details. So obviously, we used to live together. I was the one that took, some of my clothes, and we at the time we lived very, very close to my mom's house. So I took my talents to my mom's house. And and that's the first and pretty much the first and last time I cheated. It does not make it right, obviously.
Right.
Fuck what you heard about.
Were you ready to break up with her?
I didn't want to. But from there, we tried to make it work afterwards. But it wasn't the same. She didn't, she already had a trust issue. So at that point, after I did that, it just wasn't the same.
Right.
She tried. But some people just, when you don't work on yourself, even if you want to and try, it's not going to work. Right. See, she had not done the proper work in herself.
Right.
To not have those trust issues and those insecurities, and I'm sure I probably had my own issues, but they weren't insecurities and they weren't trust issues,
right?
Whatever that may be as far as from her perspective go, but girls, like if you have a hunch or anything like that, like just talk to your man. Like we said that yesterday, communication. you know, is what we was talking about. Communication is key, but
Communication is so
comprehension,
important.
comprehension is important. Talk. You know, a lot of the relationships nowadays that don't work out is because there's no communication.
Lack of communication.
Lack of communication.
And the D word, the delivery.
Yes,
delivery.
Delivery.
The delivery on the communication.
Right, because
you should not be like going off cussing, you know, waving your hands and all that. Like, to me, that's also an important part of like being peaceful too, right? But it really starts within self-control.
Yes.
Because there should never be a time where no one pushes me to where I'm that angry to where
no, then that means that, okay, so how can somebody push me to a certain extent that I don't want to get to? I'm giving that person power over my character to be able to actually get out of my character.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it brings me to self-control, right? Like, do you have enough self-control to go through turmoil and you know, and challenged in whatever possible way and keep your cool?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not about not saying. So you go anybody that knows me knows I got no filter, and I'm super blunt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that does not mean that I'm gonna talk to you in a rude way, or I'm gonna get my point across respectfully, but I'm gonna get it across.
Right.
No matter what. You know what I'm saying? So
no matter what.
You know, so you know, it really does bring me to like self-control, and it's like, what do you like? What does that mean to you? Like self-control, you know? Be self-control. So many different
self-control
ways.
To me is one of the most important characteristics that a person can possess. Yeah. I think, you know, depending on, even if your world is crashing, self-control and discipline is so key. You know, and I'll be the first to say, like, I haven't always had self-control. You know, you have to be intentional.
I haven't either. Yeah.
You have to be intentional, right? You have to make a decision that, you know what, I want to be in control of my life. I don't want to argue and cuss you out, and I don't want to do all that. If we have a disagreement, let's pause. Let's regroup in 15 minutes. And then at that point,
figure it out.
We're level-headed and we can discuss it, right?
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, there's times where you have to curse somebody the fuck out, because just, you know, there's times you got to do it. I mean, you know, if something repetitive happens, it's like, all right, come on.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If, let's say, you know, a girl you're with cusses you out, what is your response?
Well, first and foremost, I need to know what she's cursing me out about. Second of all, I need to know if she's making any points, because sometimes you women just want to scream and shout, but they're not making any kind of valid points. Right? That sometimes that's what happens. Is just like there's men that you know usually do that, but I know that you women are, with all due respect, because I love all of you women, but you know, just the sense of like gathering your thoughts. Y'all are very emotional.
Listen,
which is natural.
Women have to pause. This also goes,
some can't do it.
And we'll talk about this, like, because it all goes when you tap into your feminine energy, right? And not your aggressive energy. Like, there's a stigma, like, Black women are aggressive, Latino women are angry. Like, there's a stigma around that, right? Yeah. And we have to make conscious efforts to realize that you can be triggered. But when you have self-control and you pause, I'm telling you, it is the most beautiful thing to pause.
Yeah, I mean, you get time to analyze and process the what just happened or what you're upset about,
and you can also set your boundaries. Hey, I don't want to talk about it right now,
and that's fine. You see,
most people don't think that's okay, but that is so okay.
But the problem is okay? people don't.
I want to go for a walk right now.
That's fine, and that's so good. But communication is everything, because some people don't even say that, don't say nothing at all. So now the other party is like, all right, I'm getting ignored. Right. Now I'm even more like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Where it really is just like, it's as simple as to say, I need a moment right now. Let me process this, and then we'll get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Because communication is heavy, heavy key. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that self-control is another form of self-love.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because self-control can mean so many different things. Self-control emotionally, self-control physically, self-control financially. Right. Right. A lot of people are broke because they don't have self-control financially, right?
Right.
Self-control spiritually, right? Meaning, like, you know, if you do want to praise God, but you don't have the self-control to be consistent at doing that, then it's like, you know,
it's pointless. It's pointless.
You know, it doesn't, you know what I mean? So I think self-control is one of the most important qualities that you can gain through experience. And then also, self-control shows the power within yourself.
Big time.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's so hard sometimes to like, ooh, I want to.
Yep.
I've had I'm not perfect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I have moments like that as well. But I love when I'm about to, and then I hold myself back. I'm like, got it.
Yep.
I'm you know, sometimes, yes, sometimes
I
it's
nipped
easy
it in the butt.
but when because it got to be something where it's just like, all right, I'm about to, because I go off. Anybody that actually like, you know, my family comes from you know, my grandfather was literally a spy, so he's killed a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's from, you know, you talking about, man, 1950s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I have a long line of a little bit of rage and anger, you know, issues and stuff. So, you know, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm just saying, like.
Are you?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Just
Sometimes. But, you know, like, I think it's power within yourself when you have that
For sure. And you are one of the most joyous people that I know. Every day you're filled with joy.
Thank you. Because I had to.
Yeah, and you made a conscious effort, especially, you know, knowing that your family comes from a long line of, you know, aggression. You had to make a conscious effort, because it can be easy to just be angry.
Oh, it's the easiest thing.
It's easy to be angry for everyone listening. It's easy.
Yeah.
But it's hard to wake up every day and meditate and pray and be peaceful.
The constant effort. And the thing is, now it's easy because I'd have made it into a habit.
Right.
I'd made it into a routine, right? So now I feel empty if I don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? But like, it's as human beings, we're not perfect. So it's easier. Our natural being is to automatically go with the negative or think negative first. Right? That's the devil's work. Right? So it takes more effort, kind of like going up a hill. It takes more effort going up the hill, right? Going up the mountain,
than going down.
Right? Than going down.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's like, it's harder. That's why I always say, like, if you're positive, like you know, you can't help someone else be positive. They got to help themselves, because what they can do is bring you down.
Right.
Because of you know, how hard it is to bring somebody up the hill. You know what I'm saying? So it's effortless to me now because it's a routine.
So let's talk about your definition compared to my definition of a high value man and of a high value woman.
Yeah.
Now you said, and I chimed in, and you said, you know, it has nothing to do with money, right?
No.
It does a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if we really think about it, like, and you tell me your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Can you be a high value man that works at McDonald's?
You can. Is your plan to stay in McDonald's always?
This is my thing. I disagree, because the whole reason that you're a high value man is because of how you think.
100%.
Right? How you process things.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have it right now, you have things in your back pocket to get you there.
Mm-hmm.
You're a trader, right?
Yep.
You knew that trading would change your life.
Yeah.
You didn't go flip burgers at McDonald's.
No.
Because you understood that you needed that skill set. And by the way, it's not an easy skill set to learn.
Yeah.
Trading is not easy, but it's worth it, right?
Yep.
And so to me, you cannot be a high value man when you don't value yourself and pour into yourself in that capacity. Everybody should learn how to trade. That's just my biggest, everybody should know how. Yeah. And I've been in the trading space for years, and I have never taken the time to, like, I'm going to master it and learn the skill set. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have so-and-so manage it. I'm going to have, like, that's always been my thing. But now,
it's different.
I want the skill set.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put that work in, even though I'm in law school, even though I got all these companies and stuff going on.
That's all right. We'll take it easy.
Yeah. The skill set, right? And so I think, to me, a high value man, and you can give your definition, and I'll give my definition of a high value woman as well. To me, a high value woman, she is loving, she's kind, she can sometimes give you tough love. Because everybody wants this easy love bullshit, and that's just not realistic, right?
It's not real.
She gives you tough love. She pours into you. She stays up with you. If you have a job,
calls you out on your bullshit.
If you have a job, she's making sure you get your ass up on time. If this is your job, she's helping you come up with an expiration date. All right, this is the date the last day you're going to work that.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's prepare for the next chapter.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And
I agree with all of it.
I think that a man is meant to be the king and lead, but the woman is meant to guide him. And a
100%.
high value woman is going to guide you down the path of greatness, right?
Yeah.
And I think that, she's a good mom. Now,
Mom.
I've experienced where I've dated people where they've like, you have a nanny, this and that. You're so business oriented, you're not very maternal. Ooh, it was a hurtful comment. Mm-hmm. I could be honest on here and say it was a hurtful comment. Yeah. I'm very maternal. My daughter is set. She has stocks, bonds, insurance, life insurance, this and that. She's set. Mm-hmm. I may not be the mom who's on her hands and knees scrubbing the floor. That's not me. Mm-hmm. I have a maid. That's what she's paid for. Yep. When you make money, the number one thing you need to do is optimize your time. I don't have time. Now, cooking, I'll do that, but I have a chef too.
But you enjoy that.
But I'll cook because I like to cook. I want my family to have my meal, right?
Yeah.
But I had a chef who's made me tons of, I love his meals, right? Because sometimes that's what I want. I want that restaurant experience at home, or I just particularly love his damn lamb chops, right? So like, I want that. Yeah. But it doesn't mean, because I've been, sometimes people try to put you in a box and make you small, but it's like, wait a minute. If I've made this much money, why am I on my hands and knees scrubbing the floor? In fact, someone I was dating told me, my mom, I'm used to seeing my mom get on her hands and knees and scrub the floor on every, dirt pile up every. Come on, dude.
This is not the 1990s anymore.
Like, why would you even think I would do that?
But why? If money is not.
But then I sound materialistic, and then I sound bougie.
No. But to whose perspective though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, it's like I'm not taking anything personal, because it's like, all right, now you're coming at me or feeling some type of way because I have access, because that's what money is, right? Access to be able to have the freedom
optimization of my time.
Yes.
Think about this. If I was sitting there and he would tell me like, oh, she would scrub the floor for hours or whatever, right? Hey, good for your mom. However, that time could be used towards trading. Come on.
Could be used to spend more time with your daughter or Noki, right? Mm-hmm. Could be used to research markets.
Reading.
Right? Right? Why?
Going for a walk.
Why?
Listen, this is a side note. You want to know something that I really enjoy? It's called, oh crap, I can't think of the name. It's when you take your shoes off and, I think it's called grounding.
Yeah.
And you take your shoes off and you walk in the grass.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it.
It's certain, is a beautiful way.
If you're here in LA, I'm gonna tell you where to do it at, the best place. So, and don't go flood it either, because I don't want to see you guys there when I go. Pepperdine University.
Okay.
Is hills right in Malibu. You can see the beach, and it's like the perfect place. I go over there, I meditate.
Yeah.
I go once a week. I walk.
Is there grass in it?
Oh my God, I should take you.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Let's go. We're gonna go grounding.
Yeah.
Like,
let's go grounding.
We have to.
Yeah.
In fact, it's like duh.
I do that over there. I mean, 100%.
You're in LA. You want to see the beach? You want to like you got to do it.
It's a beautiful way to connect with the earth. For those that don't know, we're all connected to the earth. We're all connected, period.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a beautiful way to connect to the earth. And that actually it's like it's a soul medicine to do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Grounded, just like we said. So, but yeah, so high value man. I agree with everything you said as far as like a high value woman.
Well, with the woman, the one thing I wanted to also still add is she also has to make sure that your spirit is good. She needs to include some prayer, some meditation. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because everybody thinks that this life is just, like, especially if somebody's getting money, like they get caught up.
Yeah.
They get caught up and they forget about God and they forget about prayer. Mm-hmm. And so I think that she has to introduce that spirituality to you immediately. You know what I mean?
100%.
Something else that I think is important is a high value woman is going to be like, you know what? I booked you a massage on Friday. Go get a massage. Hey, here's the address. Just pull up. Mm-hmm. Don't even tell you what it is. Mm-hmm. It's your barber. It's an appointment. Mm-hmm. I noticed your hair was getting a little long. Mm-hmm. I made a conscious effort to just take that off your plate. You ain't got to worry about it. That's the type of time I'm on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of women don't do this, and I'm going to give you guys a gem. Do it for your man. Mm-hmm. Surprise him with a massage. Man, you know what I did one time? I had candles and roses around my house. Candles going all the way up the stairs, all around, with rose petals. Listen, you would have thought I was doing it for like a chick. I did it for a dude because I felt like it.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool, because I feel like the world uses a double standard on that a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, I have to shout out I gotta shout out some girl. Like, she know who she is when I say this. I will always remember this. For my birthday.
Okay.
You just said, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. I
must have been like just right after that ex-girlfriend situation. Yeah. It's been like 23, maybe 24, something like that.
Okay.
Turning 25, something like that. My birthday is February 14th, right? Valentine's Day. So,
which we have an interesting story around our Valentine's Day experience.
Yeah. That's
we'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, for sure. I'll save that freaking Valentine's Day disaster. Right. When I was 30 years old. But I also had a beautiful Valentine's Day and birthday one time when I was about 24, 25, because there's one special girl, actually, very, very good girl as well. And till this day, we're super cool. Not like that, but we're cool. And, we used to date. And, man, super cool, man. She's like, yo, I have something planned for your birthday. I'll take the day out for me this day, and I'm like, well, what are we doing? Like, it's a surprise. So the whole time she picked me up in an Uber, I was blindfolded. We got to a restaurant, right? Ended up being like Times Square, younger than me. Times Square, Olive Garden, something simple, right? But the whole thing of how it went was pretty dope. Got to Olive Garden, we had a great meal, great talk.
You had them breadsticks?
Huh?
You had them breadsticks?
Yeah, 100%. Unlimited salad. I love it. But great conversations, great vibe. I mean, and then we took another cab. She blindfolded me again. So she's like grabbing me, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's super cool because I'm like, nobody's ever done something like this for me, right? And take notes, my queens. What she said, do it for your man. Trust me, because.
But not on a birthday, because that's when I did mine. It wasn't even a birthday. I'm not trying to flex.
100%. No.
I'm not trying to flex, but I'm flexing because it's like sometimes you just do.
Flex.
You know what I mean? You do it just because you
just cause.
Yeah.
It just so happens that I thought about this situation actually on my birthday.
Right.
And the cool thing is that she didn't even have no obligation to do that because we were just dating. She wasn't even like my relationship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, case is, she blinds me up. We're on the way somewhere else. And then we get out the cab, we get into a building, and we get into an elevator, and all I hear is, I think, like 20-something floor or something like that. And now I know I'm in the hotel somewhere, and I get into the place. I'm still blindfolded this whole time, which I think is pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, it's
right.
Cool. I've done that before.
Yeah, it's so, and you really got, as a man, you got to trust. You like, yo, hold the fuck, like, listen, man, I'm not. So we get to the place. She sits me down and she's like, don't take the blindfold. And I didn't cheat. I really kept it on. And, and when she said take it off, she was right in front of me with just beautiful something on, right? And I was in the top floor, huge windows, Wall Street. I can see the all of that.
Yeah.
And it was there was petals everywhere, roses. I mean, freaking had a Hennessy bottle, like chocolates. Like, it was just the whole experience.
Right.
I will never forget that.
Yeah.
You understand? Like,
that's dope.
that I will never forget that. So it's like, when you do certain things like that, it's like just dating, especially if you're in a relationship.
Right.
Like, those things,
they count.
I'm telling you, as a man,
yeah.
We hold those things special because, like, yo, she went crazy for me. And it makes us want to return the favor in many different ways.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It just brought me back.
Yeah, I think that...
Shout out to her, man, just to not.
Listen, shout out to her because she was young. That's dope.
She was younger than me. She was younger than me, and she was very adult like. So shout out to her, man.
For sure.
Keep the name private, but shout out to her.
Okay, so you were talking about. So I think I mentioned high value woman. You were going to talk about what you felt was a high value woman, or if you wanted to add to it.
No, I agree.
We're going to talk about high value men.
Yeah, I agree with what you were saying as far as like high value man and what a high value woman and what.
And should high value men and women be together?
Absolutely. That's the only way.
Right.
It's the only way. I can't value myself and you not value yourself.
Now let me ask you this question: can a high value woman work at McDonald's? Because we asked that about men.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is where we might differ a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It all is all circumstantial, because what if that the person that has, man or woman, has been working at McDonald's and had a eureka moment while they're in McDonald's, and now they're starting to, because how do you even become high value, right? Like what is that, right? First and foremost,
it's a conscious effort.
A conscious effort to be to love yourself, in all kind of ways, right? Spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially, right? And how to be the best version of yourself,
right?
Understanding your moral compass, understanding your priorities and values, and and who you are as a person and what's important, right? And I think morals is standards, having your standards and boundaries correctly. This is what to me is a high value person, right? Somebody that puts themselves first no matter what. I have a 16-year-old son, and I tell my son every single day, who do you talk to the most? He goes, Dad, myself. He's like, so what do you have to tell yourself? He's like, the best things I could ever possibly tell myself.
Right.
I say, yes, of course, because you speak to yourself the most, right? And that's how you become a high value man, like auto-suggestion and all that. So say the person has been working there in McDonald's. How do you quit if you're not high value? Think about it.
I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody's not going to be high value.
100%.
Everybody's not going to be a business owner. Everybody's not going to be a boss.
Nope.
Everybody's not going to have it. And this is going to
that's 100%
probably not sound really positive, but all I can do is be real.
That's real.
You're not really going to find a high value woman at McDonald's. You're not
definitely
gonna really find a high value man.
Definitely not.
Not really.
Definitely not. But we can't count that one person out that can possibly
There could be a slim chance
you know what
that
I'm saying?
they could.
But
no, granted, if you're 16, 17, but I'm sorry, if you're in your 20s,
but
it's just not really.
No.
It's not really going to.
But let's put it like this. Let's put it like this then.
You're not 27 working at McDonald's. Like, what are we doing?
No, that's what I'm saying. And not only that, but like high value people don't even look for high value people at McDonald's. So
right.
Doesn't even.
Well, I think high value people, we just attract each other, right? It just
it
automatically happens. We're in the same circles. We're talking about the same things. We're learning the same skill sets. We're talking about how to get money. We're talking about generational wealth, right? We're talking about building out things.
Yes. Not everybody is willing to go through the battle for those things, because
we're talking about being peaceful. We're talking about, but like inner peace. You know what I mean?
The work, like the work all around, like is what I'm saying. And not a lot of people are willing to go through that process. But I just don't want to, I don't want to discourage the people. And that's really what it is. Because in reality, you ain't gonna find no high value person in McDonald's. But I don't want to discourage the people that whoever is listening to this, that you are working at McDonald's. Like you have a choice, you have options. You don't have to stay there. Right. And
stack up your money.
Yeah, and just breathe. Like and find yourself. Find yourself. Like
That leads me to my next question. By the way, stacking, saving, providing. Yeah. Are men providers? Should they provide for women? Should they cover the rent? What does that look like in your lenses from a winner's seat?
I believe that man has to be the man. Man has to provide 100,000%. Right. I feel like women provide in a different way. Right.
What are some of the ways that you feel like women can provide for men?
Support, number one. Whatever it is that your man is doing, support the fuck out of it. Right. I don't give a fuck if you think your man is crazy. Because you're not seeing life from his goggles. We're together, but we're not the same person. Right. So you might not be seeing something that he's seeing, right, and his perspective of things, right? Because a lot of people that have created crazy things, right? Edison and Henry Ford, they were fucking crazy, right?
They were.
But
they were seen as crazy. Now
legacy is you know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy to get outside the box, right? And it's crazy to go after what you want and what you want to do. So I think as a woman, the first thing is love your man. Support comes from a lot of love, right? Support it blindly. Right. Even if you think like, oh, damn, this might not work. You don't fucking know that. Right. Support the shit out of that, because you might just be wrong. Right. 100%. And that is in such a way a peaceful thing to do, because now it subtracts from what are you doing tonight? Oh, I gotta set up for the business that I'm trying to do some things, and then, oh God, here you go with your stuff. Like, do you not know? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that right there is crazy.
Do you feel, because that what you said was a great point. I agree with you. I think that men should be providers, right?
100%. Yeah.
Now, if can I take it a step further?
Yeah.
A woman's going to be more turned on by a man who provides and leads. It's just a natural thing, right? But if you have a guy who is trying to get his business off the ground and he's like, babe, I need you to, cover rent for a couple of months. Should she cover rent for a couple of months? Or should she be like...
That's part of support. That's part of support.
Because to me, it makes sense if you guys are really locked in. If you're locked in, ain't no switching up, right?
But for it to get to that point, you got to be locked in.
Right.
Right? Because a guy, first of all, I'm going to defend my queens, right? Because
let's go.
We be talking about, gold digger, she's a gold digger. Nigga, there's a lot of y'all motherfuckers that's gold diggers too.
Yeah. Yeah. Users.
Straight up. Straight up. Like, you looking for, you know what I'm saying, sugar mama or some shit. Like,
right.
Are you kidding me?
Right. Listen.
That is not high value.
That's not.
That's literally you.
Weak.
Super weak, right? And that's not leader-like.
And that's not alpha at all.
And that's not alpha at all. So if you out here bragging about how, look, I love when I go out, you know what I'm saying, and the girl pays, that's beautiful. Like, I've learned to not turn away what the universe wants to give you. Right. So no matter what, if she wants, that's cool. But I'm all for. I'm the one. That's what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, that's part of support.
Right.
Like, you know what? I'm trying to take off of my business. I really believe. I just really feel like if you want to do something for real, I don't give a fuck what it is.
Right.
Anybody can make it happen. Anybody. You just gotta have the proper discipline and desire and faith.
Right.
With desire and faith, I promise you can build buildings.
Right.
Because men have done it. We have it all around.
We're standing in one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, with desire and faith, anything.
You got to be like-minded. You got to have that same.
Straight up.
Equally yoked.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying, I want to do this, and this, and she's looking at you like... Cause now here's the thing.
Y'all don't belong together.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I was talking to a guy. He's a big dreamer. But I mean, he gave me like 15 dreams a day. And he didn't execute on nothing.
Oh, listen.
He didn't execute on nothing. And it was just like, man, you're dealing with an executor. Why are you not motivated to just execute,
I'm happy you brought that up.
So I transitioned him to like, we're friends. We were talking, kind of dating, and then we, it's friendship. But my biggest issue is like, man, I don't like, and I said this, and I probably could have said it better, right? But I said, man, I don't like loser energy. Loser energy is when you don't complete something that you started. When you talk about something that you want to do, but then you never do it.
Yeah, people that start shit and not finish it.
Then you tell me about what you used to do back in the day. Don't be a used to.
Yeah, no, that's like that's like I think I was talking to Jamie the other day. That's like
I used to get millions.
Yeah, no, I'm standing in a bus stop waiting for the bus. Be like, yeah, I used to have a BMW M4, 3 years ago. Nigga, you in the bus stop. Shut up. Why are you saying that?
Stop.
You know
see, when I say that, then it's like his feelings get hurt. I was like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but you talking about I used to have millions. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
It's 2023. Men nowadays are soft as fuck. Harden the fuck up, bro. What you talking about?
Right.
Oh, it hurts me. Man up. That's the reason why they keep getting at us nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of men are the feminine energy is coming out, right?
And that's okay. I have some too. We all as men have.
The gay side.
That's not what I'm talking about.
See?
That's not what I'm talking about.
It's starting to get a little.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, I feel like everyone, right? You call me on that one. I feel like everyone has, like you have some sort of masculine energy.
For sure.
It's what I mean is understanding masculine energy. Like I understand feminine energy. So, which is why, I'm able to have.
Do you cry?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm a human being.
Like, do you, like
regularly? No.
I'm not.
Like, like what am I crying regularly for?
No, not like cry.
Like, you know?
Yo, not like Crimea River, right? But like,
damn, I lost this train. You know what I'm saying? Like that?
nah, like,
Nah.
just wondering, like, because some men are like, I can't cry. I don't want no one to ever see me cry. So I'm just wondering, to me, there's nothing wrong with emotions, right?
No, I feel like a man, like, obviously for a real right reason. Like, you can't be fucking soft. I don't mean like I'm a fucking hard ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I am, but you know, like I've definitely cried. Like it's a human being thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm not gonna lie. It's tough for me to get there.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be something really touching that whatever case.
Have you ever cried from a heartbreak?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
That's fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely cried from a heartbreak. Fucking sucks.
It does suck. Heartbreaks hurt, right?
They really hurt.
It really feels like the heart kind of breaks a little bit.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt your heart. It hurts like your stomach.
Sometimes it hurts both.
Yeah.
But you know what that's tied to, right? Because I do this chakra healing. It's the chakras. It's the gut.
Mm-hmm. You got your boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
How many, 6 of them, right? I think there's 7.
There's, I can't remember 6 or 7.
Mistaken.
I'm no expert, but I do believe in it, and it's really helped me a lot. Just like understanding the mind, body, soul, all that good stuff. But what happens is, depending on the type of heartbreak, it can hurt you in your gut and in your heart. Yeah. So
I wasn't wrong. Yeah.
You weren't wrong.
Of course. I definitely.
Like sometimes you feel like, I feel like I gotta throw up a little bit.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah. And then sometimes you don't feel like you gotta throw up. It's like pain in your chest, like hard to breathe a little bit.
I mean, I've done when I was younger.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of the heartbreaks, but
I
feel like obviously karma worked back and got me with a nice good one.
Yeah.
So definitely cried through that. Was depressed a little bit.
Yeah. How long? How much?
Not a little bit. I was depressed. I was fucking depressed.
Okay, that's fair. He was depressed. He admitted it, and that's okay. How
Ain't
long?
nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Because we talk about this a lot in our private conversations. How long did you take for yourself to heal after that heartbreak?
3 months.
Took you 3 months.
Yeah. I specifically told myself, and we've had this conversation before, I specifically told myself that I will take the next 3 months to completely dive into this heartbreak. And what I mean by that is completely, because a lot of the things that people are doing nowadays is that they say that they're healed, but in reality they're just ignorant. Right. They're ignoring their emotions, putting it to the side, and then now emotions are vibrations, right? And vibration is energy, and energy cannot be destroyed; it can only be transformed. So that energy is going to come out some way, somehow, in other ways, right? That's why a lot of people get heartbreak and they go work out, start working out crazy because that energy is releasing, right? But most people don't do that. So, I gave myself 3 months.
And what did you do within those 3 months? And by the way, you told me to take a year. So why you tell me a year and you gave yourself 3 months?
Well, I will tell you this because
fair.
It is not fair. It's not fair. You're absolutely right. But I don't know your mental capacity of piling in all that in 3 months.
Gotcha. Right? You overloaded yourself.
I absolutely.
So let's talk about it. What did you do in those 3 months to completely ooze it out your system?
I watched a lot of Netflix.
Okay, Netflix.
A lot of Netflix.
And you didn't date nobody else? You didn't?
No. I took it upon myself to not go out, to be at home all the time, to really dive into the sadness and really embrace the emotions. And that's what I was saying. Like, a lot of people don't embrace their emotions now. They just want to ignore it, and then it comes out in different ways.
Right.
And usually those ways are negative because you're suppressing that energy, and you need to release that. In order to release it, you would need to embrace all these emotions that you're going through and just feel them.
Right.
Because everything is temporary. Nothing is ever forever.
Right.
Right.
Time heals all.
Time heals all, everything. Because at the time, in the 3 months where I was depressed, I felt like it was never going to be over. But I told myself I'm not giving myself no more than 90 days because I can't give someone else, I don't care how much it was the heartbreak, I can't give someone else that much power over my life that I can't move forward.
Right.
But in order for me to move forward, I have to incline myself into these emotions that I'm feeling, so that way I don't feel any residue left when I do move forward.
Yep.
So what I did was that I told myself I'm giving myself 3 months. If I can get over it in 2, then great. But I'm giving myself the most 3 months. And in those 3 months, I was a bum.
Yep.
I knew how to trade at that point. I had a freaking account with like motherfucking a couple bands. I'm talking about $12,000, something like that. Like, I stopped from trading.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my mom's house still.
Mm-hmm.
Everything fell out for me around those times. Relationships, friendships, business relationships fell out because I just disconnected from the world because I just wanted to be to myself, right? I wasn't trying to go out and trying to mask that with like drinks and fucking. I did that one time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was because it was for my birthday. Because that heartbreak happened exactly on my birthday.
Oh.
How crazy is that, right? So, but yeah, I just kind of embraced the whole situation, which is very important. I mean, if you feel anything, and not just relationships, like if you feel sad, mad, depressed, just take it in. You know, embrace it because everything is temporary. You're not going to feel like that forever. So, you know, you don't want to leave those things, any residue when you do move forward, right?
Right.
As like, you know, you kind of felt like you're not, what do people call it? Closure, right? And by the way, like you don't need closure with nobody. You can just have closure with yourself. If you feel like you ended with someone and you never got the closure, find the closure with yourself because that's what happened to me. Right. Right. I found a closure within myself. So, you know, and I have no type of bad energy to this woman. It was a different time. She was still in her growth process. Right. I was older. She was younger. She's a beautiful human being, right? You know, we're cool today. So, you know, it's like, yes, you can be that big. You can be this wise to be able to like move forward, you know, because the heartbreak wasn't from a cheating situation or anything like that. It was just an unfortunate situation that just two people that didn't work out at the moment based on certain miscommunications and misunderstandings, right? Yeah. So, you know, I think it's very important.
Do you feel like people can try again?
Yeah, of course. I absolutely do.
Based off what?
Growth. Where are you at now? How do you think? Where I'm huge on moral compass. Like, where's your moral compass? Yeah. Right? Like, what are your priorities? What are you focused on right now? Like, because all of that, it's like it feels like the more you grow as a person, the more selective you become on relationships, friendships, businesships, anything. Right. Right? Because you start to understand a little bit more about yourself and what you accept and what you don't accept. And then now you start to be a lot more selective on the experiences that you choose to embark on. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah. I know we're running out of time, but one of the questions I think that people were giving, they were giving so many.
A lot of questions. I mean, I do want to say this too, because I know we spoke about it earlier, and I said I would bring it up. I think because I know we give a lot of knowledge here, whether it's personal or business or relationships or friendships. Like you guys are gonna get so many different topics from us. I don't want you guys feeling like it's just a one-way show. It's just going to be about so many different topics. And I feel like a lot of people, I love to say, I even used to say this, right? Knowledge is power, right? Knowledge is power. And to me, I don't believe knowledge is power. I believe knowledge is potential of power. Because to what you were saying earlier, the guy was selling you 15 dreams a day. And he's with a queen and a woman like yourself that actually executes every single day, right? But he's not executing, right? Yeah. So he's a dreamer.
Yeah, some people I think are dreamers. And I think I've dated all kind of different, like people who fall in different categories. There's the dreamers, which I don't really like that. Then there's the ones who execute, but very slowly, very cautiously, nervous about everything, don't take any risk, right? Yeah. And then there's me, I'm a risk taker. I've lost a lot of money.
I'm out here.
I've lost a lot of money.
But that's the reason why you have a lot.
Right. It's like, I also took risks to get things back going. I can't just sit around and be like, oh, I got a credit spill.
What is that going to do? What is that going to do for you?
So it's like, I think I need someone who's like, maybe not as risky as me, but like close, right? Close second to be like, okay. And I'm going to run it by him. Like, for me, when you really have a partner and like a real like person you doing life with, hey, I got this opportunity. I'm thinking about it. And they know that I'm like trigger happy with doing stuff, right? Yeah. And then maybe he says, okay, well, let's look at the pros and cons. Let's write out the list of you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm actually at this point in my life where I'm comfortable with my king saying, we're not doing that one. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Why not? I mean, you might be looking at certain things from a certain perspective again, and that person might be...
There's so many opportunities out there. I took too many, and so now... Oh, no.
Which is the conversation that we had the other day. I said, hey, just make sure you're not overwhelming yourself with so many things, because then you don't have time for self.
Yeah, but you wanted me to not do law school. Now that's just absurd.
Hell no, I did not. No, I told her.
You bit my head off.
Go to law school, please. We did not say that. I was just joking. No, it was, again.
He didn't say that, but he kind of was like, it was like, well, there.
Hold on. Because I've heard you say so many times, with already what you have, like, sometimes I get overwhelmed and I'm just, and I'm on the phone with her sometimes and she's like getting some shipments going and I'm like, yeah, you go, hold on. I'm cool because I'm like, yeah, of course, she's my sister.
But you know what I did though? Because you're right. I was really stressed out.
Very overwhelmed. So that's
I moved my warehouse to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I am completely hands off from that.
Beautiful.
Right? I have my team for my freaking AI book
Mm-hmm.
publisher,
Mm-hmm.
my partners on that. I have I have things in place.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, classes in the evening on an accelerated program.
Also,
why not?
On the air, I want to apologize first because I didn't have all the information.
Right.
To me, when somebody said law school, right,
Yeah.
I'm thinking 5 days of the week.
Yeah.
At school, 8 hours, because that's what we know, really.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we live
you're
in
right.
a different time where you do it online. So in my head, I'm like, how in the world, which you already telling me you've been overwhelmed before,
Right.
how in the world are you going to go to law school? And it's like, of course I want the best for you. Of course I want you to go for what you want, right? You my sister. I want that. But then it's like, not at the expense of your life. Right. Of you, of time with Anoki, of, you know what I'm saying? And that's
but
where
you know what's so crazy? Even with $1 billion in the bank, I still want to be an attorney. It's just a certain fire and desire.
100% with it.
I mean, you look at
Kim Kardashian. Be my attorney for things. What are you talking about?
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, it's one of those things. And I don't want to practice law.
Yeah.
You know what it allows?
It's good for
it allows you to not play with me. You can't play with me. You're not gonna play with no lawyer. Oh. I mean, people are giving money to, invested in this business. The business was a sham. Put money into this.
You feel what I'm saying?
You're not finna play with no lawyer like that.
I told her to be more careful on that because you know what I'm saying. She get trigger happy. You know what I mean?
Listen, listen. Those days are done.
Oh, it's done. So just to end it with this because I know we're running out of time.
Yeah.
What I meant with with knowledge is more so like
execution.
Yeah, execution. Like knowledge.
Right. If you know how to, if you heard everybody's trading, but you don't know how to trade. What are you doing? If you heard, he got 6 cars in Turo, but you ain't trying to learn how to do it in your city.
My point.
What are you doing?
My point, right? Exactly.
You heard that she has an AI book, book publisher, and you want to come out with a book, man. You know how many people at InvestFest came up to me talking about, man, this is such a great idea. I've been trying to write a book for years. Don't
do nothing. Knowledge is power. I feel like I feel like knowledge is potential of power because you can have all the knowledge you want. You can read all the books you want. If you're not applying it, then it's not power.
Listen, 2023 is coming to an end shortly, right? Mm-hmm. It is the year of dropping seeds in the ground, and they're growing fast, right?
Yeah.
But 2024, man, execution with the right people. No fluff, no bullshit, no selling dreams. Just getting straight to it with good people, with good
action,
people.
And that's why we got together because we are very, very
like-minded. Very like-minded.
You know what I'm saying? Straight execution, not fucking scared.
Not
you know
scared.
What I'm saying? I'm not scared. And at the end of the day, I'm
not scared to lose and get it right back.
Come on, like that's what a hustler does. And not only that, people are like, "What are you scared of? You scared of the unknown?" But in reality, your life is unknown. You don't even know what tomorrow brings. So at the end of the day, you're already living like that.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? You're already living like that. Like today, you only have now. Today is today. Tomorrow's not even here. Yesterday is gone. Doesn't exist. It's only in your head. So it's like we only have now. So we ain't scared to go to the unknown.
We're not scared.
You know what I'm saying? Because we live like that all
We can't
day.
be. Because, let me ask you a question before we get off this.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want for your life?
Monetary wise, 20 million. I want to. It's funny. I was having this conversation with Jamie last night. It's a beautiful thing. I literally know exactly how much I have to make for the next 5 years in order to get to 20 million. That's just monetary, right? Because money is not everything. Money just gives you access and freedom to be able to, have more time for my son. This is the main thing for me. I want to have more time for my son so I could be able to just be like, pick up and go anytime, vacation here, whatever the case may be. Have more time for my family is huge. I'm huge on family. Like I'm huge on family, right? In 5 years, I see myself being a philanthropist, kind of like I want to build schools in DR for less fortunate kids.
I can't wait to go to DR, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it's lit. Oh, we about to have some fun.
I know we're going to have fun.
I want to do things like that. I want to be able to help. Obviously, I want to help my family, build them up to certain things that they want to do. And just that, and have more time for myself, right? Where I can say, hey, I've gotten to a certain place. The work is not done, but now I can just be like, all right, I have all my businesses in autopilot, right? And woosah. Now we can cruise a little bit.
Yeah.
And knowing me, we was talking about this last night. Knowing me, you know, because Jamie's like, what if somebody offered you all the money like in the world to buy all your businesses? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it has to be the right money, but to be honest with you, obviously, it has to be right because I'm a hustler, man. I just want to, I could only go for 2-3 months or maybe a year of just chilling out and
traveling.
Vacationing and doing all that.
And then you want to do something else.
Hunger. It's just like, yo, like, what are we doing? What are we building? Like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, 5 years from now, more time for my family, for my son, philanthropy.
And by the way, we got this trading like partnership we're working out on. So DM us if you're trying to learn how to trade.
Of course.
Forex in particular.
You know, we haven't even got to that.
We haven't even got to that. That'll be episode 4.
I'm gonna say this because if I don't say it, then nobody else is gonna say it for me. I'm a GOAT. I am a GOAT.
GOAT.
Yes, I'm a GOAT when it comes to trading. I'm a GOAT when it comes to education. I'm very, very thorough when it comes to that. I'm huge on. I have over 700 plus students. Shout out to my brother Slick because we have done such an amazing thing with the Bank Zone Trading Club. And if you do want to educate yourself on day trading and the markets, you know, come to us. You know, she's literally learning herself right now. I have a beautiful automation system that trades for me. It's actually trading for me right now. This whole time that we've been here. It's probably going to pay my whole LA trip. But, you know, just beautiful things coming to this podcast, you know, in all kind of levels and aspects. So for sure. Yeah, I'm the guy for your day trading and Forex activities for sure.
For sure. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Until next time. And
it's a beautiful episode, man. Episode 3. We'll see you guys in episode 4. Thank you for tuning in to the Winner Seat Podcast.
Winner Seat Podcast. WSP.
See you guys on the next one, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Boom.
Love it. Love it.
Right.